Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The issue of NSAS and the issue of hoodlums breaking into COVID-19 palliative warehouses in different states have gone an extra mile to reveal that this issue of corruption we've been talking about is not just something that we keep making reference to the presidency, making reference to the federal government, that oftentimes these things that happen is caused by those whom we call our state governors. Now, today, the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, took out time to expose his colleagues on an interview. When he was granted interview, he took time to expose them, telling Nigerians how much each state were given in respect to the issue of COVID-19, and also the fact that there were other financial benefits that have come to them. And this is really shocking because it clearly shows us that that is what is really against us is not far away; it's within us. The Bible even says that the enemy of a man is a member of his household, which means whatever that we are passing through is there with us. I'm telling you the whole truth. But however, before we go ahead with the details of the news, I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking the red subscribe button and also the bell icon for more news. All right, let's look at what the governor had to say, governor of Kogi. And this have it that governor of the 36 states were said to have received 1 billion naira each from the President Muhammadu Buhari-led federal government to cushion the effect of the coronavirus pandemic. The governors were also said to have signed a memorandum of understanding with the World Bank to receive a sum of 1.1 billion naira for the same purpose. Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State made this revelation on Tuesday while featuring on Channels TV interview. According to Governor Bello, all the state governors have since received the 1 billion naira from the federal government. However, Yahaya Bello said he was the only state governor who refused to sign an MOU with the World Bank. Asked why he received the COVID-19 fund from the federal government despite not believing in the virus, Bello said, and I quote, "Even though we did not have COVID-19 in Kogi State, we are equally affected because our economy was equally affected and federal government released that fund to assist every state and we cannot reject it." He stated that he refused to sign the World Bank Memorandum of Understanding because it was one-sided agreement or document. Go and check records. According to him, he said, and I quote, "Go and check records. Kogi State is the only state that refused to sign that document for 1.1 billion naira because I don't believe in COVID. 500 million naira has been disbursed. Kogi State did not receive, and I refused to receive, and I rejected it," he said. The Kogi State governor debunked allegation that his government hoarded the COVID-19 relief package in Lokoja or anywhere in the state has been rumored. The allegation, he said, were to discredit state governors and the federal government. What a serious exposure, because one of the things that we have noticed just fairly recently is the fact that these COVID-19 palliatives had been long given, but the state government refused to release these things to the people. It's wrong. Personally, I don't support people, taking things forcefully that does not belong to them or that belongs to them, but they have not been given the right to take it, because this is the situation we are currently finding ourselves. It belongs to the people, but they were not given the right to take it. So for me, for them to break in and pack those things, it's wrong in the sense that they were not given the right to pick it. Secondly, most people took even more than they should have taken without giving consideration to other people in other local governments and the like. But let us just look at the truth first. Don't forget that this issue of COVID-19 palliative had caused a lot of rancor in Nigeria some months ago, because people were paying, looking at some other economies like United States of America, which on a monthly basis they were giving their people $1,000, on a monthly basis. But the case of Nigeria, we didn't hear anything. Some private individual even had to give some monies to the federal government and said, put it up together and see how you can share palliatives to the individual state. The federal government were not loud enough about it. That's the truth. And I think that was why the humanitarian minister passed through a lot of blasting from different angles. As much as she was telling us that she did her job, but she wasn't loud enough. She didn't even have to say, okay, call state governors, let them attest to the fact that I have done my job. She didn't. She was just telling us that she has sent the palliatives to the individual state. The people were asking, where is it? Where is it? Nobody opened up until now, that we now got to know that those palliatives were actually hit somewhere. And I've heard a lot of stories. I mean, some very funny story. One person, I just heard one of the governors said that he wanted to release it on his birthday or so. I just heard it. And some other things that we've heard about it. But, this goes a long way to tell us that what we've been hearing is not the way it actually looks. The federal government is corrupt. They are oppressing us. We need restructuring and all of that. Good enough. Restructuring will be good. But guess what? If the little these guys have received, they are causing their own citizens in their individual state to suffer like this, refusing to release the palliative. How would it then be when the whole system is restructured? It's just my 10 cover. Now, look at the issue of this palliative and what Kogi State Governor had told Nigerians. 1 billion naira was given to every state government, and the purpose was to help cushion the effect. Now, the question is, what did each of these state government, what did they do to help the economies of their own indigenes, that their own citizen in their own state? What was the thing that they did? Okay, paraventure, okay, we use 500 million naira to do this, to cushion the effect. What did they do? Absolutely nothing. Nigerians were crying, they were suffering. They didn't even push it into the economy of the state to help at least reduce the prices of things. Neither did they use it to maybe give some stipends to those who are most vulnerable when it comes to economic status and all of that. They didn't do any of that. Now, this shows you that this issue of corruption that we have been talking about is now a thing of the blood. I tell you the truth. We just can't trust anybody. And before now, most people were thinking it's because it's older people that are older corrupt politicians who are in the hem of our face that are making things this way. But unfortunately, we have seen that even younger politicians were given the same money. None of them came out to tell Nigeria, federal government have given us 1 billion, and this is what we intend to do with it. Though you people are going to start seeing the impact of the 1 billion naira given for this issue of COVID-19. We didn't hear it until now. For me, this is the first time I'm hearing it from the mouth of another governor. This is shocking. I think this issue of overhauling that we're talking about, this issue of NSAS and end police brutality, I think it's not just this NSAS stuff. We need to look into, be fully involved in decision making in our individual state. So, because the truth is that whatever finances that is coming to the state is not meant for the governor. Is meant for him to use and run the affairs of the state to the benefit of the citizenry, because that is what democracy actually represents. So, which therefore means that in the place of decision making, we should be fully involved, and even in the period, in the area of implementation of this decision that have been made, we should also be fully carried along. Nigerians need to know exactly per time what is happening, because these things breaks our heart a great deal. How can we be hoping and trusting some people who call themselves governors, who call themselves leaders, but they are doing everything to frustrate Nigerians? Look at how people are suffering. COVID-19 issue, we were putting all the blame on the humanitarian minister. She did not do. Some people lay curses on the woman. They said all manner of things, that this woman is a thief. This woman has done this. This woman Now, just look at how everything has been exposed. I wonder how many people in their mind are tendering apologies to her. Madam, we are sorry. because we thought that she ate all the money that was given to her. Even the senators were involved. They even came out. They tried to harass the woman so that she can bring more information. She was still saying that she has dispatched it to the state, that they have shared it to the state. The state did not feel. One of the things I feel communication is most important here. If she had told Nigerians that the state governors have received, these are because I believe that when those palliatives were coming in, they brought it in a truck. And certainly there must be a receipt acknowledging the fact that those things have been received by those state government. Acknowledgement. So it would have been her place, call for a press conference and present those things. Said, this is a receipt from this state, this is a receipt from this state, this is a receipt from this state, to prove to you people that I have done my part. That is how accountability will help to make everything so open. Nigerians need transparency in leadership. With all of that, if she had done that, she wouldn't have passed through all of this. But however, let's leave it there. With what Kogi State Governor have said, what do you think at this point Nigerians have to do to ensure that our governors are accountable to